and gentlemen, and welcome. Welcome to Sophia's Book of Love launch and signing. Born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica, Sophia, also known as Lorraine, Sophia migrated to the United States of America as a teenager. Sophia is the office manager and business development manager for Process Controls and Instrumentation, PCI, LLC, which is an engineering company in Midtown, Detroit. She owns and operates a professional consulting firm, L&M LLC, that provides event planning, promotion, business strategic planning, and development consulting, in addition to other services. She serves as the Executive Director of the Caribbean Community Service Center, co-chairs City of Detroit Immigration Task Force, Secretary for the City of Detroit Entertainment Commission, DEC. She also serves as the Ambassador to the Caribbean region for World Medical Relief. Sophia is a New American Leaders alumni, a war veteran of the United States Army. Sophia was deployed to Southeast Asia during Operations Desert Storm and Desert Shield. She currently resides in Michigan and is the mother of 2 adult sons. She is an MC, speaker, writer, self-published poet, avid dancer, and an active community advocate. She currently resides in Michigan and is the mother of 2 adult sons. And I did say that she is okay. On a personal note, I would say that I have known Sophia for many, many years, okay? I first met her when she was president of the Jamaica Association of Michigan, which is also known as JAM. I became closer to her after a time being in the organization myself. I also found out that she was very no-nonsense, a leader, got things done. So when I inquired a little bit more, I found out about her military background. So that's when I discovered that no-nonsense attitude that she had. Okay. So, but she has always been very much interested in just trying to develop and making people better, and whatever it is that she does. I am proud to say that she has always been supportive of all the Caribbean organizations. She makes sure that she has been involved in, like I said, Immigration Task Force, because she wants Caribbean nationals to be very much aware of what goes on in this country, and also to get a piece of the American pie, whatever is left of it. So ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, here is Sophia Chu.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sonia. I appreciate it. You know how life gives you lemon and you have to make lemon out of it. So this is kind of what this is about. But what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to put this off anymore, because I wanted to make sure I stay along my goals and my path, which is to get my words out there as much as I can to the audience, in hopes that people will take refuge in my words to kind of help them through hard times, and kind of share what I think love is with others. So if you have feelings that you can't really define what they are, more than likely you can turn it the opposite way and turn it into love to kind of ease your life moving forward. This book actually, I'm very proud of it. I have the other copy. So what I'm going to show you is the copy that I first started out with. So these poems I wrote some 20-something years ago, and kind of sat on them in multiple notebooks, some napkins, and some of them are actually transferred onto the computer over the time. And I think I was going through a phase in my life last year when I didn't know what else to do with myself because my sons were adults, and I had to find a way to live for myself now versus taking care of somebody else. So I decided to, with some prodding from some friends, one of them being my best friend, my first friend I met in America when I was 16 years old. Her name is Doreen Stevens. She's actually one of the folks that reviewed the book for me. She told me to share what I had with the world, whether they want to hear it or not, because it will make you feel better about yourself. Of course. So I decided to do that. So I had to learn how to do it, and that's the interesting part about changing pathways in your life, is you can't wait for people to do it for you. You have to do it yourself if you want it done the way you want to do it. So I had to figure out how to come from note paper to a book. And I had friends that kind of pushed me along the way, and yeah, that sounds good. Are you sure you really want to say those kinds of words? Because it's so visceral to me. Love is visceral to me. So for me to share it with the world, I have to share parts of me that the world has never seen before. So that was the scary part. So I put them together, and there was a young lady named Cicely that I went to a woman's program with this past fall, and she said she would help me edit the book. And interesting enough, when I sent her the book, she was like, everything is grammatically correct on here. Did you edit it before you sent it to me? And I said, I thought that's what I was supposed to do. You know, just like when you hire somebody to come clean your house, you clean the house before the cleaner comes, right. Because you don't want them to see it that dirty. So it's the same concept. And then I have another friend, a more recent friend, Bill Strong, who works for PCI also out of the Cleveland office. And I shared some of the stuff with him, and I asked him if he would mind editing it for me. So I ended up asking him to edit it, and he kind of categorized it for me, so it made better sense. So if you look at it, it's in 3 chapters. It's the emotional part and what he calls the sensuous part, because he says some of them things that you put in this book, you got to make sure you kind of crescendo it, right? Ease them along and then crescendo it. So that being said, one of the things that I did too, thanks to Ime and Kola, he pushed me off the ledge one day. I came to a poetry reading, and I was sitting in the back, and I had my book. You guys, I have notebooks. Ask Rachel, I have notebooks and paper everywhere. So I came with my notebook, just in case, but I really wasn't planning to share like that, because I wanted to see how others did it. So what Ime did was he put my name as the last person on the list. So when she called my name, I was shocked. And anyway, once you know me, once you put me on point, I'ma take the task on. So I, right up there, I went and I did like 3 poems, I think it was. And it was, I don't even know how it was received really, because when I get into a zone sometimes, it's not about what people are saying around me, it's what I'm hearing in my head. So I guess it went okay, because it prodded me to move further. And then I did a private poetry reading here in the other room over there, and we had about 10 people that came. And what I asked them to do was, I had somebody choose the poems that they thought I should read. And I read those poems and asked them to comment on the poems. This was before I even decided to publish it, because I wanted to know what kind of feedback to expect. So I gave them poems. You know me, Rachel knows me, I had my little notes, and you need to fill out question 1, 2, 3, how did it make you feel, da 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 da. So we had some interesting comments. We had some men in the room that talked about they couldn't get up after I read a couple of the poems because of whatever it was that they did to their emotions. So it was kind of an odd place to be in, but it made me say, what the hell? My friends say it's okay. I'm not that bad of a person. What the hell? So I had to learn how to categorized the book, like I said, Bill helped me with, and then I decided, us, Take Your Handmade Fashion. So there is this company that we work with that does our business cards and so on. So I sent them the book and I asked them to print it because I wanted to make sure what it looks like before I put it out there in the public. So it started out like this, and this was expensive to print. When I tell you, thank God, people love me, because I had a friend that fronted the bill to get my first 5 books done. So I could see if I was gonna move forward with it. And when I tell you, God give me good friends, so I was able to pay for the first version of it. And Mr. Rodty, if it costs this much for print, me can't sell them, because what I paid to print it, I would not be able to make the money back, although I wasn't doing this for money, but for it to get to the mass audience, that means I have to print it. And we don't have that kind of money there for print it. So anyway, so I said, let me find another way. So another friend of mine was helping me, and the conversation I had with her was, because what I started doing was making audios of the book, and like putting it out there to get feedback on social media. And she said to me, you have a reader's voice. I can hear what you're saying. I can see what you're saying when I hear you say it. So she did some research and she said, you know what? If you do an audio book, that would be a cool thing. But everything leads back to Amazon. So I was like, okay, what? So I said, do some more research and blah, blah, blah. And when I saw how much it cost for them to print a book, and I was like, look here, we're about to go a different road. This one makes sense. So that's how come the other book looks different. The ones that I actually have for sale looks different. It's a black background with the picture and so and so. So I had to learn how to use their templates, learn how to upload the manuscript, the whole shebang. So that being said, take the time to hone your craft, because can't nobody do it like you can, right? And it's a little painful sometimes, it's a little stressful sometimes, but thank God I have folks. There's a poem in the book called, what is it called? It's one of my favorite ones, A Home Built by Friends, that kind of explains my relationship with people that I build. Because although I know a lot of people, folks that I call friends, sometimes them can't even fit on one hand. And if you're farm fool, they kick you out of the circle. So, so that's one of the things that I really hold my friends dear to my heart. And again, that's one of the reasons why when I write about love, it's so visceral to me, because I just believe in the goodness of people. Although I get hurt, or we all get hurt all the time, because we love so much, we still have to do it. Because that's what our soul is about, right? It's about loving. So I don't know how many of you have the books that...
I have the book. I purchased the book, and I've got...
I have the book.
Right here.
And my advice to you is, those who have not got the book yet, 1, purchase the book. 2, get your favorite bottle of spirits, be it wine or anything a little bit heavier. Also get a tall glass of water or something very cool, because I tell you, some segments of this book can get muy caliente, or in English, very hot, hot, hot. But enjoyable.
Oh,
I
good.
enjoyed
Good,
certain
good.
ones. Yeah, there's some that will make you sit up and stand up and do other things.
But what I wanted to do is, I was gonna kind of read the dedication to you folks, because this book, it's my first one. And I had to pull parts of me, expose parts of me that I never thought I ever could. But I grabbed strength from my family. So my dedication really is, it goes, her selfless love and care have nurtured the creativity in me since birth. She has sacrificed her independence to making me the woman I have become. I am forever grateful to my mother, Lorna A. Saunders Nee Hall, to my father, that taught me how to be fearless and to tell my truth. Storyteller extraordinaire, that's my dad, Ronald K. Truth Sr., I miss you. Thanks to my friends, family, and collective community that have helped me define my purpose and worth along this journey called life. And I asked one of my dear friends, since we've been together, ride or die, for a long time. So her name is Doreen, I mentioned that before, and this was her take on the book. Upon reading Sophia's Book of Love, I felt a profound connection to each poem, each bringing out feelings of gratitude, sensuality, and love. A reminder that love is the universal language. It is the core of our being. It dictates everything we say and do. The Book of Love is a constant reminder that no matter how much battle ourselves and each other, love brings us back to what really matters. Sophia exudes love, and it shows in her writing. Her words are powerful and moving at the same time. The way she writes soothes your soul. My friend, my sister, my rock. You are bountiful in love, and your book resonates a peaceful calmness. It reminds readers that no matter what, love conquers all. I am proud of your work. This is a great read for all in search of love. One love, friends eternally, Dor. So you know she's Jamaican, and she said one love. So this is a weird position for me to be in. I was mentioning to two young men earlier that I'm so used to doing this for other people. So for me to be sitting here like this is like weird, like really weird. And I'm reading this thing, I'm like, oh, who shared that book? You understand what I'm saying? So, but what I wanted to do is, if you guys have any poems that resonated with you, that I can read for you, or you can come up here and read for us, this is the time to do that. And then I'm hoping that without the power, we can still get the champagne. I don't know if Liz listening.
I think she was that.
Okay.
Well, ladies and gents, let's clap her up.
See, this is why I asked Sonia to do it. She'll keep me in check. Because I'll just run through the stuff because I want to get over that part.
Many more books in the future.
Yes, I actually, I do have one that's...
Your pardon?
One that is hot in the presses. It's called I Am, and it's gonna be 3 volumes of it. So it's I Am Volume 1 is actually available now on Amazon. And this kind of centers me. So a lot of the stuff that I put on social media now, you can find the same kind of concepts in I Am in the volume. So some of the quotes, I have some shirts over there that use one of my quotes. My mother loves that picture. That says, positive vibes breed positive lives. So a couple people saw it, and even before I decided to print, folks asked me about it, that's why I decided to print the shirts. So we do have shirts over there for sale. And everything you want, you can get on my website, very simple. www.sophia, SOPHIACHUE.info. I think I saw my, I saw my backbone. My website designer, when I stress out on the regular, Mr. Ryan Montague over there. I see you, I see the white mask. So he's the one that did the banner.
Nice.
Excellent designer. And him and I didn't think about it because it looked too big. So after we saw, it was like we probably should have used a different dimension, but you live and you learn, right?
They're good. They're good.
But his patience is amazing. He built my website from out of my head. Ryan, I want this. I'm like, oh, okay.
I should never stress you out, my youth. That's good.
I don't stress out people. So, is there any poems?
Yes. I'm sorry, go ahead.
If you could introduce yourself, tell me the name of the poem and why you chose that one.
I'll let
You
Rich.
go first.
You sure?
Yeah, you go first.
Well, I have a question first also. Well, my name is Wayne Rafkin, and I've known Sophia for about 3 years now. And,
Wayne,
yes,
since we're working with limited light and
Yes.
sound, we know so is your voice, but you can't come in front of the camera, please, sir.
come from the camera.
Yeah, so we can. So
I didn't know how to do
I
that.
hope ain't nobody here in hiding. I'm kidding.
Do I have to also wear my mask?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So again, my name is Wayne, and I refer to Sophia as my.
We're operating on limited light.
Okay, and Sophia, I refer to her as my baby sister. Known her for a few years, and feels like I've known her all my life. That's just the type of person that she is. So the question that I had for Sophie before I asked you to read the poem I'm going to ask you to read is "I Love You More." It's hard to choose a favorite because they're all so good. But that's one poem. "I Love You More" is just phenomenal. It resonates with me so well, and I don't want to read it because I want to hear from the author and the emotions that it was written. So if it's okay, I'll ask you to read it.
Do you remember what page it's on?
No, I don't remember what page
What
it's
was it
on.
called?
I love you more. But the question I have for you before you read that is, at what age did you realize that you had this gift of writing and poetry? And I also like the fact that you said this is my first. So I hope that we can expect many more to
Chapter
come.
2, 11.
But yes, so if you don't mind reading that for me, please, I'd love to hear from the author.
Okay. So what I can do is answer the question first. Chapter 2, which one?
This is 11.
Oh, I think you have to give me one of the other ones. This is sorry, that was the practice book.
Oh. And I'll take a seat now.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, we all have talents. We really do. We're all brought here with different purposes in life. So the divine one gave us different talents, right? But a lot of times we're so busy moving fast or trying to keep up with others or not paying attention really to what our inner strengths are because we're trying to be like others. So I've loved to read. I was the one child that used to get slapped for reading too many Mills and Boons underneath the dining room table when I'm supposed to be eating dinner. I don't know if the Jamaicans remember Mills and Boons. There were little romantic books that came from England. So I used to read those. I used to read everything that came out. So I've always written, and what I liked to do was I used to love writing letters. Even when I moved to the States as a teenager, I used to write my mother every day. That's how much I missed her. So I have always written. I think you guys know my son, so I think some of my stuff rubbed off on him. Both my boys are excellent writers too. One's actually a musician, and the other one is a storyteller. So it's just something I think I've always known, because in my darkest moments, writing is what eases that pain for me, because I can get all the confusion out of my head onto paper. The funny part now is trying to make it make sense to others. So that's why I need somebody to review sometimes what I write. So, Rachel, you have it?
No, I didn't. I just got the page for you. This is chapter 2.
What's the page number?
11.
Page 11. It says, give love?
I love you more.
I love you more. What page is it on?
Let me find it.
All right.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to help a sister out.
It's on.
So did that answer your question, Wayne?
Yes, it does. Page 35.
Page 35.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
It's funny how when you look at these things, you're just like, oh my gosh, I can almost think about when I wrote this. I love you more. Have I told you lately I love you? I think it more and seem to say it less. I love you more each day. I love you more than a million words can ever say. My love for you is complex. My love for you is simple. It extends from beginning to end. It is my destiny. The more I see you, the more I love you. The more I hear your voice, the deeper my love sinks into the depth of adoring you. My love for you is serene. It is a blessing in its entirety by the mother of nature and the father of time. You are my love divine.
Nice.
Is that how you heard it, Wayne? Is that how you heard it?
That's what I heard.
Okay, all right. Who's next?
I didn't know we had to participate, so.
You can just tell me what poem
Okay.
and why you like it.
Alright, so. I like Ray of Sunshine. And the reason why I like it, it's inspiring and uplifting. So you could read that. And I guess I'm Rachel, for those who don't know me much, but most people do. I've known Sophia, Sophie, Lorraine, I call her everything. I've known, gosh, we've known each other for a while.
Yes,
I don't even know how many years. She's been my Zumba student. I've been your admin. Friends, we like family. Oh gosh, I call her her family, my family. Where's Basil?
I know, right?
So, I'm just happy to be here.
Thank you. She came all the way from DC for this. And then we have no power. What? So that's what friends are for, right? I appreciate her so much. She has no idea. Okay, what page is it on, baby?
For real, it's on page 12.
I think you just wanted me to read yours
Yes,
first.
this time it's really on page 12.
Ray of sunshine. No dark clouds can enter my life. No more moments of despair invade my mind. Desperation has disappeared. Emotional instability a thing of the past. Insecurity has no place in my existence. A ray of sunshine, shining through the partially opened windows in my soul. A ray of sunshine pours through the crevices of my dreary song. A ray of sunshine invades the darkest part of my inner being. Every day the ray spreads throughout my soul, brighter and brighter, lighter and lighter, until my soul is flooded with the golden heat of the sun, providing warmth, security, confidence, and eternal, external love.
All right.
Okay, now let me put you on point. Anybody else has a poem they want me to read?
Page 48.
Page 48. Ooh, child, stop it.
But everybody else is being so, so coy.
So coy.
And you guys is going to read this one.
They're both good.
Okay, so this one is called Your Manhood. When I think of your manhood, I can taste the nectar as sweet as honey. I can smell the essence of your being. I can feel the pulse of your life. I can hear the rhythm of your heartbeat. I can see the power of your ancestry. I envision the beauty of your strength. My senses are overwhelmed with the power of your manhood. Standing straight in his glory, holding court as he so gently but firmly makes his intentions known. I crumble humbly at his beckoning, releasing all my inhibitions and ride with him to glory. Soaring high above the sky to the place only he can take me, exploding into 10,000 pieces as intense as lightning, Gently he guides my return to earth, ensuring my safe homecoming to the warmth of your tender embrace.
Thank you. Alan, I will be leaving now.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, so I guess I'll choose. Is Liz here? Can we see if she can get the champagne together? Because we're gonna have to play out with this light like it's here. You know what I'm saying? So these were the ones that I did the poetry reading with, and got comments from folks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this a little bit backwards, right? I'm going to read the poem, and if we could just participate, you tell me how you can just raise your hand or something. Tell me how the poem makes you feel, and what comes to mind when you hear this poem. So the first one is called Home Built by Friends. With a foundation as strong as my friends, this house will never fall. With walls of eternal trust and friendship, I will be forever wrapped in your warmth. A roof of power and strength will shelter me in any storm. Inside, I will decorate with the differences and similarities we share. This is the charm that will forever hold our friendship in eternity. It's quiet. No, I'm not looking for clapping. I want some comments on the poem. Anybody, how does it make you feel? What does it bring to mind? Does it bring you warmth? Are you like, why did she even bother writing that one? It don't make no sense.
It makes you feel safe.
It makes you feel safe? Okay. Participation, Key. Participation. You're supposed to make me feel like I did some work or something. Okay, the other one is called Hey Lover Boy. Let me first express my love for you on every level. You are my sunshine, my motivation, the rhyme to my song. Every moment spent in your presence remind me how lucky and fortunate I am to have you in my life. I wake up thinking of you. I go to bed dreaming of you. Hearing your voice makes me cream my panties. How did that get in the flow? I don't know. Your walk makes me hot. Your smile makes my soul sing. Baby, I thank God every day that He made it possible for me to be with you. I give you my unconditional love forever. 1, 2, 3, love. What did you say?
Send up.
Oh.
That is really a lover's ode to someone that he or she really loves. You know. Yeah. So at first, when the first few lines, I thought, oh, that could have been to a child, for your first child, boy or girl. But then after it got a little bit personal with the panties, then
But you see how I cleaned it up?
yes, yeah, but that's all right. That's okay. You know, it's love. Yeah.
Okay. So this is one of my newer ones. This is actually not in the book. This is in one of the other books that I know y'all gonna help me sell. This one is called The Nature of Love. I take the bitter with the sweet when our lips first meet. The war with the roses, our love in small doses. The wonderment of love in the beginning is as pure as the whitest of dove. Then there are then as things and times change, the same love becomes strange. We become lackadaisical with feeling as we hurt without healing. How did we get to this place? Coupling up and not allowing space. Space to be me and to be you. No solitude makes me blue. I'm at my best when my mind can rest. Dreams come true when I'm with you. The nature of love is at its best when taken in small doses. Any comments?
Are some of your poems, do they start off from a personal note, or is it just with love in your mind and heart? Or do you get some of your inspiration from personal experiences? Or
All of mine is from personal experiences. That's why it was so hard to share in the beginning. So I'm one, you guys hear this statement all the time, right? I'm an introverted extrovert.
yes.
So majority of my moments are spent alone. My best moments are spent alone. So a lot of times you guys see me out and about, I have a smile on my face, I'm happy and this and that and this and that. Because I have to be. What else do you expect, right? So my darkest moments are by myself at home, trying to figure out what my next step is. And my mind works like this. So I will have, like, sometimes I'm driving to work and there are words in my head, I'm like, damn, I can't stop. Because if I text, I'm getting an accident. So I run it in my head till I get to somewhere where I can write it down. So sometimes I start with 3 or 4 words and then flush it out. Other times I have complete thought processes and I can sit and just write them down. So God has been so good to me. I can write an average maybe 2 to 3 poems a day. It just depends on the frame of mind, and I focus best when I'm by myself. So this particular book, like I said, I had all these poems for years. And then when my dad passed in 2017, and I had to pull away from people to kind of deal with it, one of the things I did was I took my first trip by myself. By myself. Scary as all get out, because I've always gone with kids, gone with my mama, gone somewhere with somebody to take care of somebody. But when I lost my dad, it was just like so different because it wasn't expected, right? So when I was in that space, you know, everything just came flooding down. I'm like, I don't organize this stuff, I'm gonna go crazy. So I stayed at Rio in Montego Bay, and Nadine knows my spot now. So I used to go to the bar, because you know you get to drink all day long, eat all day long. So I was at the bar before the bartenders came. So I'd catch the night ones coming off and the morning ones coming on. So I would sit there and I'd organize the poems, because like I said, I had these previously. And I also started writing my memoirs, which I'm struggling with like nobody's business. And one day, I think it was maybe the 3rd day, one of the female bartenders came to me and she said, "Are you okay?" So I'm like, first I'm thinking, why is she coming over here? And 2, she's not asking me if I want a drink, she's asking me if I'm okay. You're a bartender, ask me if I want something to drink. So she said, "I've watched you come here 3 days in a row and just sit here and cry." But I didn't know that's what I was doing. Because it was some internal flushing, I don't, you know, if you let yourself be, which is what I found out about writing, just writing and letting it go. If you just let yourself be, you're your best self. Because we're not bad people, we really are good people. We're all brought here for a reason. And if we just relax and be who we are, it's the best feeling in the world. Sometimes you still have issues, right? We all have issues. But when you get into that quiet space, and always create that quiet space for yourself. When you get into that quiet space and just let yourself be, or find folks that you can just be. They don't expect anything from you. You can just sit there and be. It's like, homecoming or having an epiphany or something like that, where you now, whatever you have on the inside shows on the outside. So I've even noticed how different I talk to people, how different I react when people say things to me now, because I don't take it as personal anymore. We're taping it out and just say, fuck it. It ain't my problem, it's theirs, right? So whatever you portray to me, I let it bounce off instead of me reacting to what you're saying, because a lot of times it's not my problem. It's your issue that you're having that you can't deal with, that you're pushing on me. And unfortunately, I used to just accept those till I found out that my cup was like over full. And when I said over full, when my dad died, that was it. You know, so it's a gift I'm grateful to have, because it allows me to replenish my soul. And I'm hoping that the words that I do put on paper can offer you guys solace too, you know? Did I answer your question? I was long-winded. That was a Jamaican answer.
That was a good answer. Very long answer.
I know. You want to talk? I know.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
I want to know why I wasn't allowed to buy one of the books.
Oh, the books are right up here.
And also, that poem that Sophia picked. I think that would be appropriate for that rhythm of the music.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
So, can I get my book?
We have two young men working the book thing. Kyle or Jade, can one of you guys assist Richard? Anybody that want books, sell them. $15 book. If not, I want 4 books, buy them one time.
One book over here, please.
Okay, is there any other? Okay, so here's one that's in my other book that's coming out. It's called I Am, and it's volume 1. This one has 3 volumes. So, I woke up this morning with a smile on my face and sunshine on my mind. My dreams were to go to places that made my heart happy by design. Where there is sun and saltwater beaches, where thoughts of relaxed excitement always reaches. Sounds of drums from my ancestors strumming in my head. The soulful melodies resonating through my body as I leave the bed. I will carry these songs of love throughout the day as I meet each challenge with a smile and say, this too shall pass. So we do have champagne that we're gonna toast. Miss Liz? Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys had any other poems you wanted me to read. I can, Lyndon is supposed to be playing music too, but the light gone, so you have to, Jamaica them said, turn your hand, make fashion. So we may have to start beating on the table to come up with the drum beat or whatever. Thank you guys again for your support. I appreciate you coming out today. You could have been so many other places. I'm hoping that my words bring you solace, like I said. You can get my book on my website. My quotes are on my website also. Ryan taught me how to do that. So I write a blog, try to write a blog daily with just uplifting thoughts. I also share them on IG. My IG tag is SOLOCHUE. So you can get words of inspiration. And you guys know how to reach me if you ever have opportunities for me to MC or read a poem or whatever it is as you have your events. Remember that our community have a lot of talent, and we need to start utilizing our own talent to make sure we are sustainable in this great United States of America. Because we can't keep bringing other folks in and denying the talent that we have in-house to grow.
So I have a question to Sophia. The question, what was the first poem that you wrote, and what is your favorite one?
The first poem that I wrote out of this book?
Yes,
Out of the book?
ma'am.
The first poem I wrote, I don't know, probably something about some dolly when I did look at it. I've been writing since I was a child. I don't know, I probably have to ask my mother that question. I'll get back with you on that one.
Okay.
I probably have to ask my mother that question. Just like I have a poem on my office that my son Christopher wrote about the rose of Jamaica called Sophia. She only blooms once a year or something. But I do have that on my in my office. And what was the second part of the question? I'm sorry.
What's your favorite poem of all time, since you've been writing poems?
I don't have a favorite. It depends on the mood that I'm in. Yeah, I really don't. Huh?
If you were to choose.
If I were to choose, and it's hard for me to say because I still have so much to say. I think there is one. Oh, let me see if it's on this
Do you
one.
mind sharing?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of. Okay, so here's one of them that I didn't write that long ago, but it brings me peace, and it's called The Beauty of Nature. The beauty of nature amazes me. She glows as the sun and warmth of the breeze. She cries with passion as rain. This is the process to cope with pain. I love rain. I absolutely love rain. So I write about rain a lot. Warm rain. Creates beauty in the snow. How she does it, we don't know. Dazzled us in wonder. Let me start again, Jesus Christ. We can't get a little champagne, please. I'm thirsty.
She needs a boost.
The beauty of nature amazes me. She glows as the sun and warmth of the breeze. She cries with passion as rain. This is the process to cope with pain. Creates beauty in the snow. How she does this, we don't know. Dazzled us in wonderment with the mountains. I am humbled in her presence. She is ever changing to teach us adaptability. Take this lesson to increase our capability. The hue of our skin based on the climate we're in. Never with judgment, but for our protection. The beauty of the birds, the flowers and the trees, the bugs and the bees, even species we cannot see. The majestic animals of the wild, too numerous to count and keep us fascinated as an innocent child. Open all your senses to experience life through these lenses. This is love at its best. No expectations and no stress. So it's like nature teaches us a lesson, right?
Yes.
And we're learning a hell of a lesson at this point from nature.
Very nice.
So,
You know, Sophia, I must say that I remember years and years, many years ago, sitting around in Cincinnati with Nikki Giovanni,
Uh-huh.
the poetess of the 60s and that. And what is so wonderful now is that to sit around like this with friends and family and to have one of our own being the poetess is really wonderful. And this is a lovely experience. This is nice. This is really nice.
thank you.
And we thank you for this evening. We have a conference called at 8. So
Yeah, Sonia, you have no idea how much I appreciate you, honey.
But, well, Dion Warwick says that's what friends are for. So it's my pleasure. It's our pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. I was hoping the light would come on, man. You know me, I go all out, right? So we had a movie that was gonna play, and music. But what I can actually do, we have enough power, right? On the computer that I can actually run the presentation so you guys can see it. If I find mine. Oh, thank you. Miss Sonia, you have time to cheers or are you leaving?
Yes, no, Alice says that we've got.
Yeah.
We're just a stone's throw from here.
Okay,
So-
you wanna come